Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to another great episode of Kyndra's Corner Comedic Edition. I guess it's gonna be a ladies' night, man. I'm excited. I am so freaking excited. But without further ado, before I go ahead and bring on my first woman, I need you guys to please make sure y'all like, y'all comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, because I don't need y'all missing any more of these great episodes. So my very first guest, I remember she actually told me this, that she once told a man that she had seen his first kid and said, listen, I don't want a baby with you. Mama Mo, I love how real you are with men, saying, baby, your kid looks, like a squirrel with a trash rag wrapped around his face. I'm not going to be responsible for creating that. I'm not.
I mean, if men can tell us that they look at our mothers and judge us by that, then I can say, well, I'm looking at your genetics and something's wrong.
There it is. There it is. Let me bring the next young lady to the stage. You know what? Summertime is coming. So right now, the inner hoe in her is defrosting. Ceesh Money, welcome back.
Yes. The inner hoe has defrosted like a pack of chicken that your mama told you to take out before she came to work, before she got off home from work and shit. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much. And we're going to make sure that before the episode ends, you're going to shout out your business because you didn't get a chance to do that. I want you to have a slew of people. Like you can buy a boat or buy the whole Washington state, right? Like, because that's how wealthy I want you to be.
Yes.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and go into the interesting news of the week. And Miss Mo, I'm going to come to you first. So okay. This is a true story. I actually saw this video and I thought this was hilarious because I said, listen, the cameraman, they need a raise, all right? Because they literally had the angle from like, it was amazing. So a Pakistani man was filmed dealing with two wives, all right? The first wife wasn't giving him any peace. So he said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and marry a second wife. Now the second wife is not only dealing with him, but his first wife. The second wife ended up getting arrested because she attacked her husband with like a plywood, like got like a really long wood and started like literally beating the crap out of him, right? Like, and so now she's arrested. So here's what are your thoughts on that, Mama Mo?
I mean, it's a beautiful thing. No. I mean, I'm not advocating for violence, but I do think that that's hilarious. I mean, that whole grass is greener, right? Mm-hmm. I feel it's a little bit like when I talk to guys who have never had a threesome with two women and they're like, oh, I just really want to have a threesome because I think that'd be awesome. Just two bitches, I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about in reality. I was like, you can't even please me.
Come on.
Those two women are going to walk off. You're going to be sad sacking it over in the corner and they're going to be pleasing each other. So I'm surprised the first wife didn't also pick up a plywood and just kind of make a husband pinata out of the guy.
No, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think like she tried to attack the other wife. Like it was literally she was on his side. Even
let's give him a reality show. Just that version of Sister Wives.
Before I come to Ceesh Money, let me ask you, Mama Mo, have you ever had a guy who was like, you know what, would you mind, like, would you like to have a, like, he tried to ease that in some way, shape, or form? Did you always agree with it?
About a threesome?
Not a threesome, just like having another woman. Like, basically, you could be, the other girlfriend.
Oh, like poly?
Mm-hmm.
No, I've done kind of the open in the sense of like, don't ask, don't tell. Mm-hmm. And my rule was, don't send me to the clinic. Don't give me anything. Mm-hmm. And also, I don't want it coming back on me. So don't have one of your other girls come into my face. That sounded weird. Come on my face. No, get in my face. That's what I meant. There we go. But I haven't been, I'll be honest with you. I have ADHD. So I don't know how some people do it because I can't even like focus on one person, much less. I know people. I have a good friend who is whatever the quadruple couple is and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm super impressed. Sounds very complicated to me. So, but I've never had a guy who was like, "This is my girlfriend. Would you like to be my other girlfriend?" I'd be like, "No."
Ceesh, what are your thoughts, sweetie?
I mean, there's a benefit to it, and I think she. I mean, okay, so let me back up. You know, not all women are going to be down for that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you understand the mechanisms of a man and their needs, and you are in a marriage and you're not providing for what that man needs, then expect some type of backlash, especially in certain cultures and certain religions where a man is allowed to have multiple women, and the maybe the norm is polyamorous. So but it was messed up on his part to just go and do something. But then you don't own anybody. You see what I'm saying? You don't own anybody. So a man gonna do what he want to do, and a woman should be able to do what she want to do. She wasn't down for that, but it happened anyways. And some women, they're not able to leave their marriages. So that's something. She was probably already pissed off, and she might have been put in a position where she stopped providing sex or whatever it is that he wanted, maybe because he's not doing, because you know there has to be reciprocity. But also, you know, there also might be a benefit if it all depends on perspective, because I know if I was married for a long time and I'm tired, I kind of, there might be a point where I want another bitch to do it. You know,
you want to outsource.
You know, somebody help me with these chores, with the dishes. You know, somebody, you know, it's tonight is your turn to suck the dang-a-lang. You know what I'm saying? You know, that one song, "The Weekend" by SZA. You know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I just keep them satisfied through the weekend. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a lot of these women is put under so much stress because some of these men, they don't do their part, and then you get attacked. So I don't know. There could have been a sisterhood there, but I don't know. That's weird. It could work out because I know there's cultures that do that, you know, and then they're all best friends and stuff, but some women ain't down for that, you know. So God works in mysterious ways.
I think if you hate the man equally, you guys can, as women, come together and talk shit about the husband. But if one of them really likes the husband, she'll ruin it. It's like having a snitch, you know?
I mean, one woman's trash could be another woman's treasure.
See, let me ask you this question before I go ahead and answer this. Have you ever been in a position where a man was like, "Hey, would you mind if, like, you know, I had a, you know, we had an extra woman, you know, attitude," or we're like Mama Mo said, like, you know, don't ask, don't tell, don't bring me nothing. Like, have you been in those positions before?
Anytime I'm with a man, which I'm with one right now. He's not in. He's a good man. He spends money. Anytime I'm with a man, my rule for him is if you want somebody else, let me know. You know, because I'm all about you go do what makes you happy, but you need to do it respectfully and abiding by my rules, you know, because I like women too. I find myself attractive. Why would I not find other women attractive? And if I see something I like, I might want to bring her into it too. But you got to know who the head honcho is, not him. It's me.
That's right. Let them know.
I said, you know, if you want to be with another woman, bring her over here. You can bring, especially if we live together, bring her over. I will provide the sex rags. Go fuck her in the other room. And when y'all done, I'll have tea and sandwiches ready for you.
Well, I'm rethinking my answer. I love tea. No.
What type of tea?
You want some fruit tea, black tea, Chinese tea, all oolong. I know you
chamomile. Chamomile.
I feel like after something like that, I would need something refreshing like a fruit tea.
You see what I'm saying? Personally, I have no problem with that. I wouldn't sleep with another man, but I would let my man be with other women. I need to know who they are first. That's the
thing, because that's what I find is sometimes when guys step out and they don't do it like above board, they end up kind of going for women who become problematic, and I think sometimes they might attract women where it's like, hey, I live with my girlfriend. I can't, this is the crazy thing when they're honest with the other woman, meaning I live with my girlfriend. I love her. I'm not looking to leave her, but, I find you attractive. I'd love to like have something on the side with you. And that person is like shaking their head, yes. And then stuff starts happening and all of a sudden it gets flipped and she's like, well, I want to be the head bitch, and now they want to try and ruin what he has in his home, even though he was very clear about it in the beginning. That's the stuff I don't want. I'm like, don't bring that home, And I feel like when they're not above board, a lot of times that's kind of the situation that ends up happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ceesh, I got a question for you. Since you mentioned about like, guess vetting that woman, if he's like, hey, I like this woman, whatever. What are some boot camp questions or trials or whatever that you have for that woman if you got to vet her? What's your process typically like?
I need to know where she is mentally, physically, and spiritually, because there's two mindsets in a woman, the little girl mindset and the grown woman mindset. So I need to know what her mindset is like. And I need to know where she comes from. Because I'm very secure in myself and wholesome. I don't need anybody to complete me. Don't mess with my man because you're looking to be completed. Mess with my man because you need to be meted.
Can I use that and put it on a shirt and wear it and put like hyphen Ceesh money?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you can, as a man, you can go fuck, but you need to bring your ass home before the sun is up and make sure these bills is paid.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like a lot of men are okay with that, like in the sense that I think they do want to have that I'll use your word, wholesome relationship, not sexually wholesome, but like wholesome as in, yes, this is my person. This is a life we're building together, and they want that, but then they go out and if it's not above board, they go out and then they find somebody that blows it up. And then they're sitting there going, gee, I don't understand why this didn't work out. And I think that's great too, that, as a woman, you can have a conversation with that woman and much better understand where she is than a man. And that's not, throwing shade on guys, but it's kind of the same thing. Like I have a lot of guy friends and I'll be like, oh, he said this, he did this. They give me the guy's perspective. If I talk to my girlfriends, they give me, a similar perspective. So I love what you're saying.
Wise words. Wise. So that rolls me to my random poll of the night. Ceesh, let me come to you. When was there a time you thought that the grass would be greener on the other side, but you realized it wasn't?
When I was a younger lady, I was a teenager and I was getting to know my son's father, and I had all the signs of my older women, especially my mom, telling me, no, don't be with him. But when you're young and full of hormones, you think that's the guy for you to end all be all. I thought the grass was greener on the other side until I was actually with him. And then, we ended up having a child and then shit just went to hell. So I thought, that was probably probably one of the biggest moments in my life where I thought the grass would be greener on the other side, because all that you want that glitters is not gold.
Mm-hmm. That's real. That's real. Well, your son, you guys have a beautiful child. So that's good. So Yay that. And you have a new man, right? Who's better than him.
Oh, yeah. Well, the grass is finally green and being watered.
Mama Mo, what about you? When was there a time you thought that the grass would be greener on the other side?
Oh God, probably all the time.
That's honest.
But I also think, when you're younger, that's more the case because you learn through your mistakes. For me, also, it isn't like relationship to relationship or romantic relationship to romantic relationship, but I ran towards my ex-husband in a way thinking he would save me from my parents, if that makes sense, right? Yeah. So I grew up in a really abusive home, and I ignored all the red flags with this person because on paper they were perfect. Their family, meaning like his parents and sister, looked perfect and everything. And it ended up being such a shit show and such an ugly divorce. And the marriage, we were together for 6 years, but the marriage itself ended within 2, right? And he ended up marrying the woman that he cheated on me with. So that probably is the most severe, thinking, oh, I'm leaving this abusive home to go create my own home that will be better, not thinking that I'm not with somebody who's going to do that. What's up?
So you know what I was thinking as I had this random poll? I said, Kyndra, when has there been a time the grass was green? And I was like, I know there's a story out there, and you just jogged my memory, right? Because I ran away from home too, right? So it wasn't to go and be with a guy. It was actually a pretty good friend of mine at the time. We're just, how you guys go from friends, and then they just get demoted in your mind to you're just going to be my Facebook friend, and I'll just tell you happy birthday, if that, right? So there was this one person. I was so tired of my mom. I don't know if either one of you ladies, I know Mama Mo's just said that, it was abusive in her household. See, did you get along with your mom pretty well, or was that like your first op growing up?
My mom always was a pain in my fucking ass. She got on my nerves. I did not like her. I didn't start liking my mom up until 2 years ago. So that, not to take up too much time, but that's also why I left, because she's the one who kicked me out and pushed me into my son's father's arms.
Whoa! We did. So we're basically, this is a counseling session. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. All right.
Wait, really quickly. So she didn't want you to be with him, and when you said, "But I want to be with him," she then said, "Fine, then be with him, but you can't come here," like that.
It wasn't even that. Like she just kicked me out, and I had nowhere to go. But she said come. But then she said come back home. But I was like, I can't do this. You're hot and cold. I can't do this. So I just made the choice by myself. I said, well, you kicked me out. Why would you have me come back? So I just made the decision to not come back anymore. And I said, fuck it. I'm just going to figure it out on myself. Yeah. And I was 17 at that time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're good. You're good.
I was like, wait, what logic is that?
No, so you were still in high school, and you were like, okay. So you know what? So speaking of that, right? So at this point, I was so tired of my mom. Like I'm literally 19 years old. She had an issue with me wearing a crop top, had an issue me getting a belly piercing. Now we're talking, I don't know if you guys have actually had those really, I wouldn't say over religified, but they're really down to like the Bible or whatever. And you're like, bro, I can't do nothing around here. Like we cannot all be serving the same God, right? So anyway. Okay, so
it's also never really about God. Let's be honest.
Listen. Every time God's up there, he's just sitting there. I just imagine God's filing his nails up there, and then he's like, just shaking his head, like, bro, I didn't say that. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. There's war and there's famine, and I'm worried about a crop top. Yeah. That sounds right.
So anyway, at this particular time, I remember my mother had wanted me. I was my second job, And at this time, it was minimum wage, right? And so, you know, I didn't make that much money. I remember she's like, you know, give me $560 a month for rent. And I used to go back and forth with her about that. I'm like, Mom, I don't make that much money. Like, can I save? Can I go out? Like, this is a time when you're a teenager, so you get to your early 20s. Like, we should be able to stack our money up, or you know, and really live life, right? So I'm having an argument about with that. And then the worst part about this is that I couldn't do what I wanted. I could not come and go as I wanted. If I wanted to smoke some weed, I couldn't do that. It was like, what am I giving you this money for if I literally, this is like a concentration camp. What are we doing, right? So anyway, this particular day, I don't remember exactly what popped the argument off. I don't remember what I said, but I yelled at her saying something like the words I do remember was like, you are the part of the problem. So I went to go to my homegirl, who was like a good friend of mine at the time. I went to her place. And so I thought the grass would be greener on the other side over there, because it's me, her, one of her cousins, and we're just all there for a month. The grass ended up being bad when I was the only one with a car. Have y'all ever been that friend in the friend group who's the only one with a car? And it's like everybody's, hey, Ceesh, can you come pick me up? Hey, Mo, listen, I'll give you some gas money. You're like, bro, I don't want your gas money. You can go walk. Your legs work.
Take
I don't care. Roll your wheelchair there. Be like Professor X off of X-Men. How do you think he got everywhere? Back to the story.
Professor X.
Oh, so it wasn't cool, because this particular day, I remember I'm helping them move, right? It was so many different things that happened. First off, I didn't have an actual place to like really rest my head. I slept on the couch, and some guy that she kept getting it back and forth into, and we've all have had those girlfriends who you thought the relationship was over. You done sat here, ran the man over, and you find out a week later they are back together. And you're like, baby, I almost took a charge for you, right? Yeah. So I remember I just heard them. They woke me up in the middle of the night having sex. And I'm like, bro, come on, I'm trying to sleep. She's like, well, Kyndra, this is my house. I can do whatever I want to do. Where's the respect? I'm tired. I'm the only one really working too. This particular day, because I want to shorten this story so we can hurry up and get out of here. This particular day, I remember they dropped me off at work. They came to pick me back up, and it was a scratch. Like the window tint, it was a scratch, like a line coming down. And I found out that while they were moving, they scratched up my window. And the girl was like, hey, the owner of the home, hey, listen, you're going to have to pay for this. That's what she said, came out of her mouth. You're going to have to pay for this, even though they were the ones who messed that up. And eventually, I did get a chance to go back home to my mom. You know, I said, you know what, I'll deal with the little bickering. At least I have my own bed. And I don't have to be woken up to random monkey sounds in the middle of the night. That's my story.
Stirring mac and cheese at 2 a.m.
That's nasty.
Listen. I was thank you, Mama Mo, for telling me. That wasn't like the greatest story, but you jogged my memory, because I literally forgot all about it.
No, but it is, because you do realize, like, oh, this sucks, but and I think it's not just it clouds your willingness to really see what's in front of you. Mm-hmm. Right? That's the issue, because sometimes the grass is greener, but usually what happens is you're so fixated on getting away from something that you don't really realize truly where you're headed, right? You're like, oh, this is just AstroTurf. This is fake ass shit.
No, that's it. Well, before we go ahead and go, I want to get you ladies to go ahead and shout your socials out. Ceesh Money, and please shout out your business, because again, I want everybody to support you. Go ahead.
All right. So I have an Instagram page called Holy Locks LLC, HOLI LOC. I'm a holistic loctician, which means I help deal with scalp issues, skin issues for people who have dreadlocks. I help people maintain their locks. I don't really do too much styling, but it is a business that I'm passionate about. I help people attach their locks. I heal locks. I'm a lock healer. So it's something I really like to do and I enjoy doing. I live in an area where there are some people with dreadlocks, but it's really hard to come by. So if you're ever in Tacoma, Washington, and you need a holistic loctician, somebody who specializes in crochet maintenance, I'm also a crochet. I crochet dreadlocks. I don't just get comb and slap some grease or some gel on your stuff. You know, I make sure your new growth or anything that's falling out comes together. So if you need a holistic loctician that's really nasty with the work, you know, holla at me, because it's definitely a Black-owned woman business that I really am passionate about. I'm also working on becoming a barber as well. So, yeah.
Congratulations. And what about your comedic Instagram page?
You can follow me at Seeshmoney, SEESHMONEY _. That's where I talk a lot of crap. I do a lot of rage baiting. I mean,
feed the algorithm.
It works. I talk crap about men. I talk crap about everybody. So Seeshmoney, Seeshmoney _.
And do you have any shows coming up as well?
Yeah, I have a show next week with a stand-up comedian. His name is Chris Crazy. It's called Trash Talk, where we take out papers from a little bucket that's written by the audience. Mm-hmm. And we do some improv and do, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but we take a paper out of the bucket, we read it. It might say something like stank dick, and then you talk about it. I don't know. That's literally one of the things I've had. So that's on the 13th. I have a show on the 21st in Seattle, and then I have another show. It's a mic competition. Also, my birthday show, I'm gonna be 30 on the 28th this month. So that's also called
birthday.
Yeah, early on in my 20s, I found out the grass ain't always green on the other side. So the 30s should be a breeze.
I love my 30s.
Yeah,
they're great.
So that's going to be, it's called Who's Mike, and it's by comedian Frederick White. That's going to be at Nate Jackson's Super Funny Comedy Club on the 28th, and so is the Trash Talk by Chris Crazy.
Nice. Love Nate.
Yeah, and then the show I'm doing on the 21st is going to be with Slick Johnson and some lady named Dominique LaRue. I guess Slick Johnson was the Black Jesus on Adult Swim. I don't know. That's what I got going on. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I love it. And if I don't think I will have any more. This week will be like the last episode. I'd like to try to take a hiatus and make, because it's like, oh, I'm gonna be traveling this year, and guys like psych. So yeah, well, happy early birthday to you, because I'm not gonna be recording anymore for the rest of May. Mama Mo, tell us your socials. If you have any businesses, please shout it out. What show you're gonna be at? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. So my handle is Mokavida, MOKAVIDA, on everything. I'm most active on Instagram. I post my shows there. I do run a monthly out of the Louisville Underground, which is in Louisville, Colorado, not Louisville, Kentucky. And that's every second Friday. We've got some bigger names coming in over the summer and September, so I'm excited for that. So I host that monthly. I'm working with Gnarly's Comedy Club in Golden, Colorado, and we've got a themed show for women. Although I love it when there's men in the audience, but this one coming up May 22nd is Girl Talk, Secrets and Situationships. So that should be fun. And we take notes from the audience if they want to share their secrets or situationships. So that's a good time. So yeah, I'm pretty busy, thankfully, staying busy. And I post everything on Mokavida. So please follow me. I need followers, and I really don't want to have to hang my ass out on Instagram to get them.
No,
I'll do it.
Just make men mad. Just make them mad.
Is that it? All right.
That's it.
All right. I could do that. Ask my ex-husband. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I know. Whatever. Don't ask him. Fuck that guy. But
I know that's right.
I'm kidding. I don't care about them, but yeah. So, and then my day job right now, I'm building a business around. I do executive coaching because I used to do pure like executive search recruiting. But I'm also getting certified in positive psychology. I have a master's in psychology. So so I'm trying to build out workshops and stuff to help people move. So kind of go to the next phase after therapy and identifying your traumas and your triggers. And then how do I build a really amazing life for myself? So that's the part where I'm hoping to get certified and help.
Love it, love it, love it. Well, thank you both of you all for coming on my podcast. Love, like every I don't get a lot of times it's just women. People think, oh, women ain't funny. Yes, we are. Come on, y'all. Stop. Let's stop. Where some of us are funnier than the greatest comedian that you know. Okay? Funnier than that. All right. With that being said, man, thank you to both of my ladies for coming on Kyndra's Corner. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you're not missing any more exclusive interviews and all of that great guests. With that being said, y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. We're out. We're out.